I found 10 fragrance clones that replicate expensive fragrances so good you'll doubt they're dupes. Why now? Because the fragrance game is rigged. You don't know who's hyping, who's grifting, who's shilling. This is a raw, authentic review. Prices on all fragrances are skyrocketing up. It's crazy. Let's start the video off with this one, and I broke them down into 3 categories. Category 1 is more of a mature enthusiast level. Category 2 will be more of your trending mass appealing. Category 3 will shock you. Centaurus by Creed. This is a fragrance that focuses in cinnamon, tobacco, vanilla. It opens up with turpentine, which is a good thing because it's so strong it will choke you out. I have it on, I can barely speak. It's so strong, it's choking me right now. This is a powerful master level fragrance. So when you think about this, there is a guy who's a hero. His name is Aromatics, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment, why he's a hero. But when you wear this company made this fragrance specifically for their own crowd, and their own crowd probably goes to jazz clubs, fancy dinners, maybe even the Hollywood Awards. How about an art club? Maybe your wife would drag you to an art showing or some kind of fashion show. This is what you would wear this to. Maybe not even the fashion show. It's so strong. I don't know any other setting. So what happens is that the beginning starts out with this cinnamon, raw, dirty cinnamon, but it does dry down beautifully with the tobacco, vanilla, tonka deliciousness, and it lasts about 6 hours. And then, as I told you, there's a person here on YouTube. His name is Aromatics. His channel is right here. He created Royal Taboo, a very bold move. It's his first fragrance. He created it in January of 2025. This fragrance is amazing because $565 at the Creed boutique. Average price on the internet on this, $45. A great rendition. It's similar to this. It has the same 6 hours longevity, if not more. But the thing about this one, it's a little bit sweeter, a little bit nicer, and more wearable. Royal Taboo is a fragrance that is not mass appealing, but for expert levels fragrance people, and he did a great job introducing this as a bold, brand new first fragrance. Now he has more than 6 fragrances in his collection. The next one is called Parfums de Marly Perseus. It reminds me of the old days when my mom, rest her soul, used to cut grapefruits in the kitchen with the back door open, and we have green grass and a deck shooting out into the country yard. She'd say, "Chris, would you like some grapefruit? It's very good." She was a French woman, and I would be like, "Ugh, grapefruit? No, give me some grapes." But anyway, grapefruit in the fragrance here reminds me of those days because she would cut them in half and let them sit there, and I would smell the juicy. Back then, I don't know if they were organic or not, but you could smell the rind of the grapefruit, and this is what this has. Grapefruit citrus neroli. Price tag is $365 at Nordstrom's. What do you think about that? I don't like it because with tax it's $400. So therefore I found this fragrance. It's called French Avenues, an equestrian series. That's the series. The brand is French Avenue. The name of the fragrance is called Pierce. Perseus? Pierce? You get it? Is this illegal because they made the same color? They call it Perseus. This is Pierce. I don't know. Is the system rigged? Possibly. Would they get in trouble if I tell you that this is identical to this? Probably not. I don't know the law. But nonetheless, this is the exact same notes, that exact same beautiful grapefruit that's so authentic that makes you remind you of the childhood. Not only that, it lasts about 5 or 6 hours, true hours. Now, when people say, this is a beast mode, these people tell you it lasts 10 hours. It could be very well true, but in reality, it's a skin scent from 6 to 10. So even myself, I'm accused of that. I agree. Some of the fragrances I've tested, I say the longevity all the way to the skin scent. If that could be 15 hours later, then it's 15 hours, but no more. No more of that. We're going to tell you the truth from this point on this channel's history, where you make the decisions and you tell me what to do. But the one thing that's very magical about both of these fragrances is that it's office safe, and the scent trail is better than the projection, which means sillage, which means when you're walking around, the whiffs that people get will come right at you. And and it's a beautiful fragrance, and I would totally recommend that scent. The next one's called RMAF Club de Nuit Untold. It's a $565 fragrance. It's a $330 1 ounce fragrance or 2 ounce fragrance. This is $38, blows it away, stronger, longer, better, and even projects more, and it's got most beautiful saffron resin and a patented chemical that they won't tell us, but this Untold is fire. Here we are now in category 2, the trending fragrances, which we started with Untold. This is a brand new release by Maison Alhambra. They tried to replicate Bond No. 9 New York Nights. I personally love that fragrance. A little bit feminine, but it's so delicious to smell because it has caramel mixed with coffee and patchouli. And so does this. However, this is weak sauce compared to the Bond No. 9, but this is brand new. I only got it 3 days ago. I can't judge it. It is very hard to find New York Nights. It's very hard to find this, and if you could find the Zakat, there is a brand called Zakat that makes a similar color. It's a New York Nights. That one is blended beautifully. Projection and performance on this is mid, but it's a good fragrance because there are none others that can, maybe on your skin it'll be better, especially a female skin, which is nice and clean and moisturized. The next fragrance, I have to confess, it's called Lattafa's His Confessions, which also is a feature of cinnamon and iris, and it looks like a trophy, and it smells like Givenchy Eau de Parfum. You know, it's an elegant date night mass appealing fragrance that you can buy for $40 that people claim 10 hours. Again, it's a 6-hour fragrance with a 4-hour skin scent. Projection's about 3 hours. By the way, this is highly complimented for people that emailed me. One guy's name is Terry, 32-year-old. Shout out to Terry. He's from Chicago. Another guy from Virginia called me. Two things they had in common: they were both IT tech guys, and they wear this like on their Tinder dates or whatever. The next fragrance is one of my favorites on this whole list. It's brand new by Lattafa. It's called Lattafa Karma Duncan. I probably butchered that name, but the fragrance itself might be a clone of Kilian's Angel Shear Paradis, which this fragrance projects like crazy. It lasts eternally. You could easily say this one is a true 8-hour to 10-hour lasting fragrance. Projection is at least 5-6 hours of projection. This is insane, deep, rich cognac with pralines and cream. Far better than Lattafa Kawa, far better than Lattafa Karma. Karma coffee, so that just so you know, if you're new to fragrances, there's 3 kinds of these Karmas, Harmas, however you say it. There's regular, there's coffee, which they spell Kawa, Q-A-W-A. Then there's this new one, Duncan, like Dunkin' Donuts. For the ladies, I have this. It's called Burberry Goddess. The best fragrance I found is called Lattafa Angham. It is a delicious fragrance that it has to be scrubbed off your skin, yet it's so soft and beautiful for vanilla. It's got lots of vanilla and different passion fruits and lots of fluffiness, okay? It's a beautiful fragrance if you want to smell like Burberry Goddess, which is $168 for a 3.4, I believe. This is $30. Here's a fragrance that you might have known. It's called Xerjoff Herba Pura, and I've been rocking this a few times this week. And coming up, I've got something that's gonna piss you off or shock you, and it has to do with this Jean Lo Vibe pickle juice fragrance. But first, this is Armaf Club de Nuit Oud. It smells like a creamy, beautiful version of Xerjoff Herba Pura, another fragrance that's a niche level fragrance that I don't even know what store, maybe Saks Fifth Avenue sells it. This is another one. It's like $40, lasts immeasurably long, just as strong as this, but in its own way. And it's creamy, beautiful jasmine and fruits. What I like about Club de Nuit Oud, it's got this looping effect that says, peekaboo, here I am. For summertime, I bought Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill. $345 plus tax. It's insane. And then I found this thing called John Lo Alhambra Vibe. It's another mediocre piece of S. Okay, it smells like pickle juice. If you wear this and you like it, good for you. But I have 20 years experience and I'm telling you, this is terrible. To be this clone, this is not it. For its own scent, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful fresh fragrance. I agree with you on that. The next one I bought stepped it up a notch. It's called Luciano Coastal Breeze. However, you see the difference in the color. It's a little darker. It actually seems like it has some sort of honey or some sweetness or extra florals in it, where this one stays with that citrus, apricot, ginger notes coming at you beautifully. Then one day, a company named Offnon sent me a fragrance. I am not sponsored by them. I'm not shilling this thing. This thing is amazing, and I'm gonna do an on-site test for you. Louis Vuitton. Ooh-wee. Peaches. It smells like peaches, but it's apricot I'm smelling. And this is the new one. It's called Rare Reef. It is the number one 99% accurate clone of this. Maybe they don't want you to know because the fragrance game is rigged. They don't want you to put 2 and 2 together to find out that this is this. It says that it has 95% of the same notes. So notes, chemistry, and everything can create anything it wants. If you're an expert chemist, you can create the smell of baked cookies. You can create the smell of apricots. It's all with different materials that they use, okay? Now I will spray this on this hand. And so what happens in reality, if you smell it 1 second like that, it will smell synthetic. But if you just wait like 15 seconds, air it out, go outside. It's right now, it's already to Pacific chill, 15 seconds. And I beg you to go outside and smell it after you spray it. I beg you to spray this on 7 times. And I beg you to now know that this is the number one Pacific chill. We have a mascot here, and he's got a hidden gem. Yeah, here I come. He wants to show you, but first I'll show you this hidden gem. It's called Juanas by Falcone. It's like Jean-Paul Gaultier took some TRT and made something called Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male Intense Extract de Parfum. And this is called Juanas. It's what it smells like. The Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male Niche Level Extract de Parfum Intense. That's what I would call it. If they put this in the bottle of the torso, you would get it. This guy is actually our mascot named Manny. Oh, what is this, Manny? This is a trophy I got. We're gonna talk about this next week. It's the number one YSL Myself clone. It is so fire, you don't even know. It's called La Di Da. But Manny, what you got? The code is 1111 today. Manny has found something on Amazon. He's Manny AI, and he found L'Aventure, Maison L'Aventuri Nebula Nectar, which is back to that beautiful grapefruit note. It also has vanilla and leather and vetiver. And this, my friends, is one of the best, most elegant fragrances of a hidden expensive gem by Victor and Rolf called Antidote. This lasts all day long and was only $45. If you want to see another $45 10-piece list, click this.